Rusev Crush, the Redeemer. Good people. Welcome to Hot Take Wrestling. Another episode is about to begin. I am your boy, Old Man Logan, Thousandaire Playboy. Tonight, I got my brothers with me. We're going to get started. Let me go ahead and introduce them. Hold on, fellas. Uno momento, uno momento. Will, you up first?
OMG, it's Clutch Uso, king in a black robe. Ill will, hashtag high takes king.
Will, talk to the people.
Y'all see that? It's a smile. We're gonna cover that smile tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening, salutations, and all those extra nice words for greetings. We're here today to talk about wrestling. I say that every time we go through this, but today it's gonna be a nice night. I'm just gonna start there. Now, also, before anybody gets to talking and we getting into the groove of things, I'm gonna make sure to say this for myself. There are going to be things we discuss and will be said that are the personal reflections and views of one king in the black robe, also known as William Jameson. Nothing should be directed or targeted towards anybody else in the hot take team of any way. If I say something that might make you feel away, as the young people say, so just be ready. Shit.
For that, sir, I have to do this right quick. Uno momento. Just round of applause for that level of maturity. Like, yeah, I love it. I love it, man. Yeah, it's great. It's great.
For the people.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. All right. And to my right, we got the man, the myth, the legend, the straight
Great.
edge savior himself. And he also resides in uh, 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 the suburbs of Chicago.
It's the ginger whiskey assassin, the other KG. Hashtag y'all gotta chill.
KG, talk to the people, please.
I can't believe the WWE is taking things back to the '90s. People getting Jade snatched off their feet now. That's crazy, man. It's crazy work.
Crazy work. It is now the 90s. It's the 90s again in wrestling.
I ain't never had a pair of Jade snatched off my feet. I'm just saying. I also ain't never been no tribal chief, whatever that means. You know, I'm barely a West Side Warrior.
Bro, if you want to know that, there's
You-
new stuff happening right now because Jay Uso celebrating in mid match. That's what you do. He was like running back.
Run it back. All right, people. So I am not just holding my phone like I'm a mentally challenged person. I'm also on TikTok Live. So everybody that's on TikTok, hey, this is Hot Take Wrestling. We are missing one person. You know what I'm saying? We always got our brother in spirit, Joe Freezy. But the what do they call the fivesome? The awesome fivesome is now a quartet. And that gentleman will be on shortly, and that is our wise man, No Chill with Phil. But right here, live, I just jumped on right quick so you can get familiarized with these faces, okay? That's your boy, Old Man Logan, right there. That's KG. That's Hammond Clutch Robin right now, okay? But we know him as King in the Black Robe, you know what I'm saying? Also known as Willie Uso, and another myriad of names. But yeah, man. And of course, as I learn how to utilize StreamYard even better, I also have to give you guys this too, because we need you all to do this every single time we hit that record button. All right, listen real quick. Listen to this.
Make sure to like, follow, and subscribe to Hot Take Wrestling Podcast. Make sure to like, follow, and subscribe to Hot Take Wrestling Podcast.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Make sure you do it. Make sure you do it. Okay, fellas, Are you all ready? I'm excited, man. That's why I can't hardly talk. I'm excited. I got AEW on right now. We got John Moxley and Handmaiden Page wrestling for the AEW Championship right now. We have a bevy of topics to talk about tonight. We're gonna hurt some feelings. We're gonna give some real thoughts on what took place. Do you want to say rest in peace to the man known as Terry Bollea, aka Hulk Hogan, or do you want to say rest in PISS? It's a lot of people that want to say that too, believe it or not. But what you're going to get tonight from Hot Take Wrestling, you're going to get the thoughts, views, and opinions of all of us individually. And that will be that. That'll be the bottom line, as one Steve Austin used to say every time he ended his promos. So this will not be one for the week. I want to give you guys that, parental discretion is advised, because some of the fellas, they're going to do their thing. Now, tonight, I'm pretty sure I can't speak for KG because I don't know how KG feels about it, but I know I might be the most PC person here. I might give the most PC answer, and that's to be expected from me. But the guys are here. So TikTok, I want to tell you all, everybody that has checked us out, classic Smart Song, salute to you. Lawrence Repo, salute to you. Sut, salute to you. Okay, I want to tell all of you all, you can check us out on YouTube. Okay, search NMG TV and you can find us live right now. If you are on any other social platforms, I'm going to go ahead before we get started and post that up real quick so you all can see that. Search it if you want to tune in and check us out on social media as we record live. Let me get to it 1 second. And boom. You can see it all right there, guys. Everybody on TikTok Live, that is all of our socials right there. TikTok, of course, Hot Take Wrestling. Instagram, Hot Take Wrestling. The artist formerly known as Twitter, Wrestling Take. Hot Take Wrestling was taken on there. Twitch people, you can check us out, Hot Take Wrestling Podcast. And as I just stated, on YouTube, you can find us at NMGTV. All right, guys. Are y'all ready? Are y'all ready? KG, we're gonna get it started in 1 second. Pause with the weekly recap. And yeah, man, I'm excited for this episode. So let's get to it.
And now, your week in review.
All right, KG, let the people know what's good.
Well, we apparently found out, hurt business don't work for free. I thought that was interesting. They officially have been established kind of as tweeners. We're already going back and forth in between whether or not we thought they were heels, and I knew they weren't baby faces. No matter how over they are with the fans, in terms of them they're singing their theme, and we hurt people and all of that. So Copeland pays them off to beat up FTR. I thought that was pretty funny. They're doing that slow build to get us towards Cope and Christian Cage versus FTR. Obviously, I'll jump right into that because Christian's still kind of doing his thing against, I guess they're calling themselves the Matriarchy now or something, with Nick Wayne and Kip Sabian. So they had jumped them earlier tonight. So I think they're definitely doing a slow build towards that, which is what they should be doing. I always thought that MJF thing was a weird appearance. So I don't know if they're officially going to get rid of him. This season, the MJF's going to be out of the Hurt business soon. I thought it was interesting. They also keep teasing that with Leuter, it's just the whipping boy for the Death Riders, which is obviously kind of goes without saying. Pretty soon there's going to be 3 ball guys in Marina. Because I think Gabe Kidd is like an unofficial member. We know Claudio's still in there. I think Pac's hurt or doing something. I don't know if there's something going on with him. Osprey's supposed to be out, I guess, but he's supposed to be back by Forbidden Door. So definitely interested in seeing what they do with him. But I definitely said last week too that Swerve and Okada combined have probably had less, like at most a handful of clean losses over the last year, if you give or take. Because I think Swerve's only like clean losses against Bobby Lashley, and then Okada hasn't lost clean in a singles match since he's been in AEW television. So that's definitely going to be a big feud for the Unified Championship. As Logan just alluded to, they're wrestling tonight, Moxley and Hangman for the AEW World Championship. Going to SmackDown, the tag team division is still in complete chaos. Biggest TLC match, we'll talk about that in a little bit. I do think there's interesting that nothing's been resolved for the division. They keep interrupting each other's matches and keep just complete chaos, which is actually cool because at least they actually are on the card now because it's been a while, but like since either one of the tag team championships been defended on an actual premium live event. So glad to see that for sure. I'm thinking we might get a double turn with Cena and Cody. Maybe that's just a hot take. I don't know. That's what we're here for. We just throw out these takes. I would not be surprised if there's a double turn because this heel turn with Cena is just not clicking. It's just we talk about that on a weekly basis, so I'm not gonna spend too much time on that. The Alexa Bliss and Charlotte pairing is definitely interesting. I would have maybe pushed this back a little bit further, only because once again we'll get into our predictions. But nice pairing, good storyline. It gives something to do with Charlotte where she's not, thrusted into that single championship picture, but at the same time, I'm not sure if they're going to take those titles off Judgment Day yet, or if Roxanne and Raquel, just because I think they want to build towards that. They're probably building towards, hey, we could do this without Liv type thing, even though Liv's injury wasn't planned out, or it's not a part of a storyline. But I don't think they're going to take the titles off them yet, but we never know because sometimes they play hot potato. We literally saw them lose at WrestleMania 41, and then they got it back the next night. So that's not to say that they won't drop those titles and get them back in all due time. I do think it's interesting how they're trying to tease that Grayson Waller with this big G thing. I'm like, come on, man, y'all gotta chill out. That is a weird pairing, but it also is one of those things. I don't know if the New Day does even need a third guy. I would have kept the titles on them a little bit longer because it took so long before they officially turned them heel. I just would rather at least. I mean, they don't need them because they already got the record setting, but it's just the work they're doing as heels is pretty good to me to the point where it's like I would have just let them keep them a little bit longer only because they had them dropped into another heel faction in a sense, another heel tag team. So even though it was a multi-team match, well, no, it wasn't a multi-team match. It was a straight up tag team match actually. Yeah, I just thought I wasn't no third team at all. So that was a little weird looking wise, but definitely enjoying Naomi finally getting her moment in the sun. It's been a while. Her heel turns come out very well. It's not that we didn't think she had the personality to put off. It's just the direction. I didn't know what they were going to go when they decided to because at some point we knew that heel turn was coming, and I just keep calling the other women in the locker room heifers during our promos. Just have me rolling. That being said, too, I like the dynamic they have with Punk and Gunther, where both of them basically had each other shut down in a sense, promo wise. I did enjoy that change of pace where it's like, okay, they don't necessarily have to go back and forth. Just booking of that. Like I said, Roman got his shoes snatched down. I don't know. It's crazy work to me. And Roman taking tsunamis, man. I know he took one the last time, but ever since with this whole his contract situation where it's like he's not making any appearances, it's like, all right, so Roman down to take the tsunami, man. Yeah, I don't know how long Seth's gonna be out, like I said, but with that being said, I think it's still coming off well with this new stable. We wait to see if they will add someone that could possibly happen on Saturday because I know that's the night that tag team match is happening between the two bronze and then the two cousins. So, anything else? Maybe a slow build for a push for Rusev. Maybe not. We'll see. I'm interested in seeing, like I said, with this Karrion Kross and Sammy thing, where they're going with that. Because as we discussed a couple weeks ago, and maybe even last week, Sammy's mostly been a heel on the main roster. He was a heel for about 5 years. So when he appeared officially on the Monday Night Raw roster in I think the fall of 2016 or summer, and then he turned heel the next year when they sent him to SmackDown, and he was basically just a heel for most of that part. So definitely see where that goes, and obviously, a legend in the business of wrestling. I would say passed away. We'll discuss that real quick. Actions speak louder than words. I'm not here to speak ill of the dead, but it seemed like he accepted no responsibility for what he did when they brought him back and gave him a chance to apologize. All it seemed like he said was, "Don't get caught." So I'm not gonna wish death on anyone. Obviously, I'm not. I also didn't shed any tears about it because even though actions speak louder than words, I'm pretty sure the dude was still a racist. So um, yeah, uh, people could change what's in their heart, but I don't think you change in your heart when you're 60 some years old. So
Yeah, at that point, you pretty much are who you are, and you is who you is. I'm gonna try to make that a
people,
thing.
yeah, and people were saying at one point, like I said, I know his friends and hurt him, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, we never saw that side. Yeah, it's called being a closet racist.
Yeah, yeah.
He was so rude to the black talents backstage. Yeah, someone equated that to like what was Samuel L. Jackson's character in Django?
I mean, we had a post of that character holding Hulk Hogan, but I deleted
Yeah,
that one. I thought that one was super
I'm not making
insensitive.
light,
Now,
but I'm not no, but I'm just
yeah,
saying that's how some black people definitely sounded if they don't really know what went on. You know,
Whew.
it was a mixed bag on that one, and that elephant we're gonna probably have to tackle that before we even do our SummerSlam picks because I want us to end this episode on a high note. I want us to get all of that, those
What I
thoughts
know.
out. You know, but KG, did you have any wrestlers of the week before we get to the next thing? I do got a real
um,
quick heated roundtable thing as well. But we'll get to that when we get to it. But did you have any wrestlers of the week you wanted to talk about, or no?
real quick, Billy Starks from Ring of Honor. I thought she had a great showing against Tony Storm, even though she didn't win that women's eliminator match. She definitely has a high skill. I think she's only like 20 years old too. So it's another situation where you got a young talent that's up and coming. For the men, well, I'm trying to think who had a really good week that caught my attention on television. Uh, yeah, somebody definitely did. Let's go. Let's go AJ Styles. One of the more underappreciated gems in wrestling, honestly. I really enjoyed his chemistry that he had with the Kabuki Warriors. I thought that actually came out pretty well. So I don't know if if he learned some Japanese when he was over there running Bullet Club or New Japan or what. But I thought they had showed some good teamwork too in that match a couple nights ago on Raw. So
Definitely, definitely. I agree 100% on that one. On both of those actual wrestlers of the week. Definitely. So hashtag push AJ Styles. Okay, I think we got him up for maybe 1 more year, 2 more years on the contract. Hashtag
he
push
signed a
AJ
four
Styles,
year.
man.
He signed a 4 year the last time he re upped, but I don't know how many years he had left on that last one when he signed it.
Okay,
What year did
okay.
he
Yeah,
face?
I could look it up, but he signed a 4 year. But like I said, I think he still had a little bit of time left on that deal before he signed the 4 year. So um, yeah, like Logan might be right. Maybe it's coming up on the last year of the contract because I think
Yeah.
he signed like a 5 year initially or something.
Mhm.
Okay, okay. What did you ask Will before we move on?
What year was that he faced the Undertaker in that Boneyard match?
5 years ago, WrestleMania 36.
5 years ago. So I think he got his deal in 2022.
Okay.
So yeah, I think this like his last, like next year, his last year.
Okay, okay. Which was why it was kind of cool to see him come back and actually be on TNA Slammiversary pay per view.
Oh yeah,
What was that? 2 weeks ago.
so
It's pretty
Give
cool
or
anniversary.
take,
callback to
yeah.
see him on there. Yeah. So good picks, KG. Good picks. All right. So TikTok, I'm being bootleg. I promise y'all I'm gonna have my thingamajiggy, the tripod set up, and then I'm gonna do kind of like the Resident Evil style over the shoulder look, so you can see us do our thing. I'm being janky right now. I know because I'm holding the phone, but I want to make sure I give you guys at least a good 30 minutes of our content of what we do when we do the podcast live, and you can always know to tune in going forward. Okay. But yeah, so let's see. Look, man, I'm gonna have to change the little music too, like, because we're gonna go ahead and get this out the way. We're gonna get this out the way. The man, the myth, the legend known as Hulk Hogan Terry Bollea passed away last week. That was Friday, right, guys?
Thursday.
No, I was yeah, it was
Thursday.
before 5. Yeah.
So Hulk Hogan passed away Thursday. Apparently was from a cardiac arrest, heart attack, something like that. 71
Mm-hmm.
years old. Um, literally in death. This man is still got people in the uproar. Like Hulkamania has been running wild the last couple of days, to say the least. Whether you love him or hate him, you got in on some of the chicanery. There was a viral post that went just was everywhere. You were on TikTok, you were on Facebook, you were on Instagram, you were on Twitter. I'm sure everyone saw the Hell in the Cell match, Chris Benoit versus Hulk Hogan. It was on our hot take page. Now, if I didn't post it, these jits didn't post it. So I made it. I said, hey, look, the views it does not reflect those of Hot Take Wrestling. This is all the doings of our wise man, No Chill with Phil. And again, like I said, there was a lot of people that were on the fence about this. There was a lot of people that weren't on the fence about it. They stand in there, standing on business, as the YNs like to say. And this was one of those deaths that it really like. It was one of those that I knew, whether he didn't, come out, it didn't get it out there that he was a closet racist, right? It was a death that was going to have an effect on wrestling, period. Just because he's been such a big figure. But I told the guys, I said, hey, look, man, I said, we're not going to get too disrespectful on the page. I let those couple of posts rock. And I said, we would have today to say our piece. So I'll just set it off with saying my piece. Let me make sure I got the camera on here right. You know what I'm saying? TikTok, so you can see me talking while I talk my talk. Now, for me personally, old man Logan, I was on the fence about the death of Hulk Hogan because my buddy Vern said it best. He said the kid in me was like, oh man, that's Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan died. But the black man that I am today was like, all right. I mean, we all take it there someday. When that happened 10 years ago, when he put that out there and said what he said about the type of gentleman that his daughter should date if she was going to date black men and how he said it, that changed how not only I, but a lot of African American fans and just fans of people of color, but primarily a lot of African Americans, we never looked at Hulk Hogan the same again. Never. Throughout, and this guy was an integral part of wrestling. You don't get to where we are present day without Hulk Hogan. I can say that. I'm pretty sure all of us can say that. But what he did, it was irreplaceable. And then the apology that everybody kind of referenced, because there was some people that came and said, "Oh, you're being insensitive" on those posts, and referenced him apologizing. Well, the rumor was that the apology wasn't truly an apology. It was, don't get caught. Just mind what you watch, what you're saying, and make sure you take all the precautions to make sure that doesn't what happened to me doesn't happen to you. That doesn't sound like you're genuine in your remorse and sorrows about what you said, or that you were apologizing. You meant what you said, and that's fine. I'm a person that always says, I'd rather you come at me with the knife than to have it behind my back or have it behind your back so I don't see it. Meaning I'm good with people, being their true selves, no masks, be yourself. So that for me, I was just kind of like, hey, is it a death or is it a magnet? Did the magnitude of the death shake wrestling? Yeah, it did. His fans and friends that were hurt and sad and crying about it, I felt compassion for them. But me personally, I was indifferent. So to that, KG, because I already know Hammond Clutch is gonna speak to this ad nauseum. What do you want to say in terms of the passing of Terry Bollea, known to the world as Hulk Hogan?
Uh, like I said, I I'm not actions speak louder than words. So had he did physically did something, it made it worse. But knowing how he felt, Terry Blair felt about people of our color, like I said, I wasn't with you. I was indifferent. I wasn't up in arms, happy, like I said, because it's not like he physically did anything, like hate crime wise or anything like that. But I mean, he had hatred in his heart for black wrestlers. Man, the man was booed out of his own home state when he was a co-host of WrestleMania 37. And the thing about that is, people got to realize we watch wrestling regularly. But if you look at those crowds, the color of the skin of the crowd is predominantly white. And these people were not even from America a lot of the time. They get a lot of the fans come from overseas for WrestleMania. So
Mm-hmm.
this man's getting booed every time he gets on the microphone. This is even before the political stuff recently. Like I said, I didn't wish death. I'm not gonna wish death on anybody that didn't physically do anything harm to me or anyone that I love. So I was kind of like you. I was indifferent. I was indifferent. I feel bad for the people that loved him, that they had blinders on, and they still had the blinders on. But I guess people have blinders on a daily basis. So I'm not holding anything against them. I'm sorry for his family, but I'm kind of with you. I don't know. I was oh wow. That's all I say. I was like whoa. All right. That's all I really had to say.
Yeah, it was an abrupt passing. The only person I like, and a lot of people, I guess, we look at the characters they played with on screen. Ric Flair and him. He was, Hogan was always pretty much the baby face. Flair was always the heel, and Flair seemed to be taking it pretty hard. And I said it in our group chat. I said, Flair is kind of like the last gunslinger from his era. Now that Hogan's gone, so I'm pretty sure that kind of set in for him at that time. But let me see. We got a comment here before. Let me see. Shawty Low says if he could have just stood on it, he could have at least had some type of respect from me. That's respectable. That's respectable.
I mean, my thing
So
is just he didn't
Will,
even acknowledge what he said was hurtful. That's my whole thing.
yeah,
Because even if he
yeah,
had said didn't mean the words, yeah.
it was just had it been relayed a little differently, things might have been different. But I digress. Before you do your spiel, brother, let me just say shout out to 5 Star, shout out to Brandon Davey, shout out to Ravens 430, shout out to Jada Don 35, High 50. Just want to say salute to all of y'all. Whether you're in here right now or not, just shout out for checking it out. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to get on here and do our thing a little bit. All right, Will. The floor is yours. TikTok, once y'all get Hammond Clutch, aka King in the Black Robes take, I am going to end this live. So I do implore y'all, please check us out. Subscribe, YouTube, NMG TV. Check us out while we're on here live doing this. We'll be on there at least for another hour or so. And I do believe we got Hot Take After Dark coming on tonight as well. So that's going to be with No Chill with Phil and Mrs. JoJo. All righty. Promo is over. My good brother, Hammond Clutch, the floor is yours. Thoughts on the passing of Terry Bollea, also known to the world as Hulk Hogan?
First of all, I want to start off by saying how I hope no one expects the remark that both of you all made, where you said you kind of feel for people who feel a way about this passing. The most authentic rivalry and hatred in life, unknown to most people. Y'all know. Anybody that knows me personally knows. Was how William feels about Hulk Hogan. So here we are in this day and age of the internet, where I have been seeing in the last 5 days people contradict themselves over their thoughts, feelings, and opinions towards Hulk Hogan only because he died. Here's my glaring observation about this bullshit. He died a racist, and in death, people that he never apologized to are trying to forgive him just because he dead. Y'all not getting that shit from me. And I'm gonna tell you why. So this is where I explain the root of my actual hate for this man. Because one of my friends, Brandy, happened to text me the day he died, because she knew what was up, like a lot of people did. My phone rang like it was my damn birthday when this man died. That's how real this shit is. She went, I almost can't understand the way a man can hate somebody they never knew. And once I explained to her, I'm going to explain to you, it made perfect sense. Why are we all here today? What brings us to why on this platform we're here because of what? Wrestling, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. So I told y'all this story before today. Like, you know, we all went over like what brought us to watching wrestling and all that. My story has always been that my grandma, I love her to death. She had me watching this one episode, a Saturday Night Main Event, in her front room in like 92 or 93. And I remember watching Hogan face Mr. Perfect. That stuck out to me. It's the crazy part about that. Nothing about who he was then, aside from, you know, the showmanship, you know, I could tell he was the guy that made us come to this stuff. That I kept talking him up. Oh yeah, this that shit Hulk Hogan do. Like, who is that? And I see him and I'm like, cool, but I'm more impressed by Mr. Perfect. It's been consistent since I was a kid. I wanted to like him. I think in some wave in life, since we really going here, in some wave in life, there might have been a day I was a fan of Hollywood Hulk Hogan. Of all his versions and all his characters and everything, I think something about him stuck out to me more in any point when I was a fan of in wrestling towards him in any kind of way. Where did this all fall off? I think I was young and got hip to the politics and shit that he was doing. Just by how he was like kind of always conveniently winning matches at his age that I felt like he couldn't win. But, you know, like I just kind of got tired of him real fast. But the icing on the cake when I was a kid, when I completely wasn't a fan of him, before this translates into the story of being an adult, is when I saw WCW for a year hype up this match with him and Sting, who is in Williams' personal top 5. That match, for everything that was put into it, turned to shit. I never forgave them for that. I digress. We get into the teenage years, adult aspect of the Hulk Hogan fandom, and it just wasn't clicking. And then I end up finding out at some point that there were stories and interviews and things online where they were saying he could possibly be racist. Really? Not Hulk Hogan. Then that show Hogan Knows Best came out. Then that comment he made about The Rock went public, where he had an interview where he said he was all happy about how that match at WrestleMania when XYZ, Blase, Skippy, hoo-ha. Then on his show, he completely went against what he said. So I went, he's one of those people. Interesting. Okay, fast forward. The Brooke Hogan shit. Have you ever, this is to anybody that's watching what I'm saying, have you ever sat down and physically heard him say the stuff that they saying he said? Like, have you heard it? Did you notice the calm and comfortable confidence he had in what he was saying to whoever he was talking to? He didn't say that with no conviction. He didn't say that in no tone where if he apologized for it, you'd believe it. He had direct like examples of the type of black man he figured would be good enough for his daughter. And the crazy part about that is the type of man that Hogan described ain't even the type of man to be faithful. So he really has a bad outlook on black people and even black men. I'm a black man. All day long. I got a daughter. I would never come down on her about who or what she wants to be with. But I've seen Hulk Hogan do it. Fast forward. This man has a sex tape with a woman that's his daughter's age. That went public. Hulk Hogan, just like Ric Flair, been old my whole fucking life. Why has this happened? Why don't you got more respect for yourself in these type of scenarios and situations, bro? Fast forward. Now, WWE decide they don't want nothing to do with him. They fire him for the racist comments, right? Time moves on in a world where they have erased Chris Benoit from history for what he did. They don't and can't celebrate Owen Hart because of the accident, because of legal situations. Years go on, and WWE thought because of what Hulk Hogan was supposed to mean to wrestling, all of a sudden, the reason they fired him no longer matters. We're going to sign him again and give him some money and try our best to absolve him from the bullshit we had to fire him for. And guess what? From the time they did that shit to the day he died, that didn't happen. His last appearance in WWE, which is on the Netflix premiere, they booed this man out the motherfucking building. He had a scheduled appearance somewhere in between then and WrestleMania, and he canceled the appearance on it had some other obligation shit, but it really had to do with him not wanting to go through that again. So at what point will the people who are trying to go down the throats, the people who don't like Hulk Hogan and otherwise, realize he died on the hill way before it actually happened? So to try to go after the people who don't give a fuck is wrong. I'll argue that with anybody all day long. Hulk Hogan did not apologize for who he was before he died. But just because the child in you wants to forgive him, do that on your own time and in your own way. But please, by God, please do not attack the people who don't give a fuck, because I'm here to tell you, William does not give a fuck about Hulk Hogan in living and in death. Respectfully. Because that man wouldn't give a fuck about me. He showed me that while he was alive, brother. Death does not absolve you from their wrongdoing when they are not apologetic or sorry about it. All day long. If Donald Trump died today and we hated him for what he did to us when he died, are we supposed to feel sympathy for it? If you have a father that did not raise you your whole life and you one day find out he's dead, are you sad now when you've been sad he wasn't there? Okay, cool. So the feel away towards the people who don't give a fuck about this situation, let's not make it about speaking ill of the dead, because we're speaking ill of the life in death. Because now we have no choice but to do that. We ain't got no choice but to talk about him now because he's not here no more. Because before he died, we just went, that's that racist ass Hulk Hogan. That's where he stood. He been sitting on that hill by himself doing this shit for a minute. And that's cool. And to the people that love him and never let it go and who didn't care that he was a racist, more power to you. It's a lot about you than about people who don't like him.
Yeah, and I'll piggyback.
Go ahead.
Did you notice how none of the black wrestlers stood up the last time he made a Hall of Fame appearance?
I'll take it a step further. How many black wrestlers actively employed by WWE, TNA, AEW, and otherwise who have a mainstream camera or time platform and all that? How many of them actually made tributes online or in interviews since he passed? Leo Rush don't count. The Rock not wrestling, but he would do that to save face. He gotta do the political thing.
Hey, why Leo catch the straight?
I'm sorry, but he got his ass up there like Captain Safer Hogan and started talking that. I want to hear that bullshit, boy. He didn't like your ass either.
That was bad.
Leo can catch strays the number of times he said he's retired from wrestling and came back. You can catch strays simply off that. The Hogan thing, that's a whole nother
Different ball game. Stop trying to reach for
Clout.
like clout of Hogan death. I feel like any black wrestler who speaks to him in that way wants clout. They want to be controversial to do that and then make something out of it. Because to do that, you obviously ain't him. To do that, you're not him. A black wrestler that thought to speak on this shit is not him. That's why they did it. Bobby Lashley didn't say nothing. You know, people who did something. Moose ain't say shit.
The stage was empty, bro. Angelo Dawkins was the only guy I saw. I saw him, and I saw Jacob Fatu out there, and like that was it.
They sprinkled in there were emotionless. Roman Reigns wasn't there.
That was it.
I wanted to be the tribal chief was the most appropriate person in that situation. He was not there.
Cody was there.
They most paid wrestler
Cody was there.
But you know they gotta have Cody. Put Cody in there. CM Punk.
Yeah, my homegirl had asked me that.
Who just recently just made that comment about the Hulk Hogan thing, the whole Hulk Hogan aspect of the promo. He said he killed Hulkamania. Then Hulk Hogan's dead. You thought he was gonna be up there crying? Nah. Because what he said he would do happened on his own. Ain't that a bitch?
Yeah.
That's why KG, you wearing that shirt, my boy. Good shit. Man. In closing what I'm saying, I'll say this. I'd be politically incorrect to say Hulk Hogan isn't responsible for us being here, because even the story I said contributes to the fact that Hulk Hogan was brought to my attention to start watching wrestling. Wrestling became something that the three of us, Joe, Phil, people watching, we end up coming to love. He was the focal point that made us pay attention, or we would be at least be known or aware of who he was by the time we did start to really love it and watch it. What I saw personally was the ugliest fall from grace from somebody who was supposed to be on a God mode in a way, in his position and what we talking about. I ain't never seen nothing like it. In my 37 of them, I ain't never saw nothing like it. I've almost felt like, even with the way I felt, it was almost like a character rivalry. It took me back to in old man. You definitely know. Remember my shirt?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, went to a few wrestling shows together. Yeah.
We went and saw. That was what pay-per-view was that? That was the return of Brock Lesnar.
Elimination. No, not elimination.
Extreme Rules.
Extreme Rules.
What was it? 2010.
Yep.
2012.
2012. Yeah, we went to Extreme Rules 2012. I had a fuck Hogan shirt on, and there's some pictures of me with that shirt with random people I don't know on the internet somewhere from back then. I guarantee it. I love that. That's how authentic this is. That was it's 2025. It was 13 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But that goes to my point. Like he technically is supposed to be the reason that we came together and brought us here, and then we watched who he was supposed to be turn into who he was, when he died. I pray for the people that want to sit in this sadness
Mm-hmm.
about this man who didn't give a fuck about them. But I am living proof, and you can use me as your vessel of what it means when they say, keep that same energy. Fuck you, Hulk Hogan. All right, we can go on.
All right. There you have it. So the only person you didn't hear their piece from was the wise man, no chill with Phil. But you heard from Old Man Logan, you heard from KG, you heard from Hammond Clutch, also known as King in the Black Robe. Um, the passing of Terry Bollea. It's had everybody talking. Also known to the world as the immortal Hulk Hogan. It's had everybody
Also,
talking. Everybody's had something to say about it.
also want to point out, I forgot this is a very important fact about what happened. Hulk Hogan passed on the 10-year anniversary of the comment, the racist comment that got him fired. God, you funny. Go ahead.
Yeah. All right, gonna get ready to end this TikTok live, y'all. I want to thank y'all that did check us out right quick. Junior Silver, check this out. Heels for Life, thank y'all for tuning in, brother. H4L Wrestling Pride, thank you for checking us. Nicole, thank you. I did see the boy Joe Freeline check in and tap in with us too on
In
TikTok.
the
So
bit,
Joe,
my boy.
yes sir. Thanks Joe for coming on there. And yeah, y'all, we getting ready to move past the Hogan conversation. We are
Oh,
open to discuss it. So if y'all want to come to any of the streaming platforms I showed y'all that we are on and social
fuck.
media platforms, hey, they can leave a comment where we could just, we can engage. But we've said our piece, and there you have it. And
Nigga versus
to quote a good honorable, you know what I'm saying, Caucasian male. That's the bottom line because we said so.
some
All
bitch.
right. TikTok signing out, y'all. Yeah. Let me go ahead so we can continue our episode. Please go on there and check us out. NMG TV. We on Twitch, Hot Take Wrestling Podcast, and we are on IG, Hot Take Wrestling. And yeah, man, we'll continue there. So let me get us off live. Bomb. All right, here we go, fellas. So moving on from that heavy topic, because that topic was pretty heavy. Let me get it back to our normal music. Get the lo-fi back going. I got a very quick, heated roundtable discussion because KG touched on the tag team championships earlier and the tag team, just matches and scrambling and anarchy that's been taking place, at least on SmackDown. So want to bring it on and see if this will make sense within that whole, you dig. Let me find the heated roundtable. Boom, here we go.
Ooh, the round table's getting heated. Heated roundtable.
All righty. So in light of that, finally seeing them on the pay-per-view, the tag team championships, to me at least, has not seemed like it's had the same relevance as it had a few years ago when the Usos had the tag team titles for both Raw and SmackDown, and they were in a prominent space, whether it be on the PLE, whether it be on television, etc. And it seems like for whatever reason, anytime WWE splits those titles again and try to do the whole brand thing, oh, these are the SmackDown champs, these are the Raw champs, the titles seem to lose relevancy. And that's not no pun intended because they're not on the island of relevancy. But so fellas, I ask you guys the question. What do you think can be done for them to build on the momentum, at least that they have currently on SmackDown, and maybe to bring some of that over to Monday Night Raw? Do you think a unification needs to take place like ASAP for tag team championship? I mean, just the tag team titles to mean something again, and just the tag team division to be, you know what I'm saying, as prominent as the rest of the divisions? Because the mid card titles, they're doing pretty good in their spots. You know what I mean? The tag titles, it just kind of fluctuates. So I wanted to get y'all thoughts and opinions on that real quick. We can start with you know what, Clutch? We're gonna start with you because you hadn't been on in a while.
No problem. I'm just getting this Hogan pack together. Um, that's actually easy. Um, I think we talked about this before. You know how the brand split and the draft all happened, and it seemed like they were sticking to it, and then when it came to certain like divisions, it kind of like just kind of went away a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of based on the strength of the tag team division, and if we KG will probably fuck with this real hard. If we had to put a grade, like the overall like tag team division WWE right now, would we
Mm-hmm.
say it's somewhere around like a strong C plus?
Yeah,
Maybe,
only because they haven't put enough
maybe
effort
B
into making it.
minus
Yeah,
day for real.
yeah.
We got some makeshift tag teams and some NXT tag teams that ain't really got their stride yet in the Motor City Machine Guns. And I felt like with the way the tag team division is, great example. We talked about this not even a few weeks ago. The New Day, when they had the tag belts, they had them. Who did they face? Who did they beat? When you have to think about it, it shows the issue with the tag team division right there. Because them having the tag team titles at the time was supposed to be like their heel turn payoff. But once again, if I gotta go to remember that they beat the War Raiders to get them, I forgot they had them when they beat them.
Yeah.
At this point, I think you restrict the tag team division or hurt the tag team division by trying to make brand exclusive tag teams because it's not working. They don't have enough tag teams face and heel wise to create the proper feuds to have the interest in the tag team division on each brand per. So at this point, you can have your champion for SmackDown, you can have your champion for Raw, but at this point, call your shot. I don't gotta be. It could be somebody. It could be the YS6 trying to go after the Judgment Day because that's the team that makes sense for them to feud with. What they on Raw? It's a good story. It's a good tag team feud. You can do the same thing with who the tag team champions on Raw again.
Judgment Day.
See how that just happened? I didn't. That wasn't even being funny. I forgot they had the belts, and then I'm see what I mean. That's my point right there. Literally, they both the tag team champions, and I said it makes sense for them to feud. But then who else? Like, I mean, I would think if I had to pick a tag champ for Raw right now, I would honestly be trying to put the belts on Brian Breaker and Bronson Reed. To me, that's the only team with anything got like going on, even story wise, even have that belt. They would be the team that put eyes or attention into the tag team division, at least for Raw. The YA6 is just kind of circumstantial to me. I love them. I'm actually glad they got the tag team belts, but I'm scared that they're gonna lose like their way, especially if they try to keep like the whole SmackDown only tag team division situation with them. Um, the best thing for them to do is to basically open up the brand split as it pertains to tag teams for it to even matter or be relevant from this point forward because it's been a pretty lackluster and almost forgettable tag team division. And I think and it'll be too extreme to say it'll be almost like maybe like 10 years ago in that time on like Jericho and then with tag champs, like that division at that time was trashy. Like terrible. I don't want that for the tag team division ever again. But I will say that just based on like I'm not gonna say like an interest, but their failure to produce long-standing interest and feuds to even remember aspects of the tag division that's been lost right now. They've been putting a lot of stake into like the mid-card titles, the women, and the main everything else. I'm not saying like it's a complete failure on their part, but they could stand and do a little bit better by them. I can't sit here right off the top of my head seriously and name like a solid 5 tag teams from each division, from each brand. I can't even do it. I can't. Like, what y'all think?
KG, what's your thoughts, man?
One quick solution. One set of tag team championships, but if a tag team or if the wrestlers are in a tag team, they shouldn't be exclusive to a brand. So anybody in the tag team should be eligible to compete on both shows, but one set of tag team champions.
Agree.
So like they look like they're about to split up Grayson Waller and Austin Theory, obviously. So once that
Thank
happens,
God.
then well, yeah, for sure. But
It's
once that happens,
they gotta do it right.
but once that happens, they should be exclusive. Like Austin Theory should be exclusive to SmackDown or whatever, or even if they stay on the same show, whatever. But if you're in a tag team, you shouldn't be exclusive to one brand. You should be able to appear on both shows because it also opens up feuds for non tag team title feuds as well.
Yeah.
Like the Street Profits could be feuding at a proper feud with the New Day. They had that one off Survivor Series match years ago, or the Profits could be feuding with American. What are they? American Made. So the Creed brothers and the Street Profits could be feuding right now. Anybody got to be for the titles. That could be leading up to a championship title match, or they could be the main feud for the titles.
Remember
That
that
just opens up the possibility for
Profits.
more. Yeah, it just opens up more possibility to lead toward a tag title match because now, even though SmackDown's paying more attention to it,
Yeah.
they have more tag teams too that could be taken seriously. So I will say that because even though Andrade and Ray Phoenix just got thrown together, they got amazing chemistry. So I'm fine with them if they're not going to get pushed to single stars. Why not? For now, at least. I'm not saying like long term. I like that, but they had hella chemistry. The first two matches they had against Fraxium and then against DIY, they both were pretty damn good matches. So
Bro, I kind of hate that I love the Andrade Ray Phoenix thing when we all kind of waiting for that slow build to Lucha Brothers get back together.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, it was just a matter of time, and then because I'm wondering when they're gonna do that too. Like you said, it's a slow build towards it. Probably when that next draft happens.
Yeah, maybe they're gonna keep them together towards like whenever the draft happened, and let's say Andrade turn heel on them, then he go get a new partner, and now the Lucha Brothers together, and then oh hell yeah, that'd be.
What was Andrade's like? It was him, Zelina, Humberto Carrillo, and Angel Garza. What was their thing called? What was their collective
I don't
called?
know
Did they
if
have
they
a name?
ever had it. I think they
I
did.
don't know if they had a name, but that was a group at some point. They done hopped around a few stables. They was with Escobar a minute ago.
They still with him, wasn't it? Or they left him?
No, they left.
And that stable never got off the ground either.
Yeah, they just had an issue recently. Like Humberto posted like bucked up at Escobar. I don't think they together no more.
No, they still like they just had a AAA event where they were in a 6-man tag that they won. I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they were teasing it, but then they stayed with them.
They
haven't been. Yeah.
Okay, because I remember the push episode. Wasn't that on AAA? Like he was pushing them or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, they because they the AAA tag champs right now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Mm-hmm. Hey, shout out to the WWE wrestlers that's out here making moves on other promotions while they still employed by WWE. That ain't got nothing to do with Trick Williams because, like, even with Dragon Lee, he doing stuff down there in AAA too. Dominic Mysterio, he getting over in AAA, and stuff like that for no reason. Santino just put on a match with Ethan Page on TNA. Like, I'm really kind of digging the way they doing this brand split. Seriously. And with the collaboration with AAA as well, like I mean that, like shout out to them because it's like the way that they've been able to put a spotlight on certain people so that when I'm gonna do something with them on the main roster, it'll look better. So shout out to William. I'm gonna say it, Joe. You can be mad at me. Shout out to Trick Williams, goddammit. Cause I'm loving this Trick and A pimp talking shit he doing. I love it. I am a fan of it. You can hate the trick shot all you want, but
Trickonomics,
he just took
trick
a
life,
choke from
trick
Undertaker. You
life.
know, if he, hey, I'ma say it. If he do a diss track to the Undertaker, I, I'm gonna play that in the cot for my boy Joe Freeline. I love you, brother, but that's for you.
Hey, this track would be kind of corny though, man, because we know Taker ain't gonna have no match with him. Like, it ain't gonna lead to nothing for real, for real. Like,
what if it do lead to him like facing whoever he feel his top person from his other?
That's gotta be Kane. I'm joking.
I was just gonna say maybe.
God damn it,
What's
KG.
Yeah, with Kane in the same boat. Kane is not.
Hell no, Kane not coming.
The big red machine is not coming back.
The big red political monster. It's not coming. He ain't coming. No Diddy.
Yeah. But yeah, people. So that was our heated roundtable discussion of the week. I would definitely love to see people send us some in, and we can just kind of pick and choose, you know what I mean, and discuss these things. If anybody ever wants to hear the Hot Take Wrestling guys have a spill on something that that was on their heart and they wanted to discuss, Please, so that'll be that. But okay, so moving from that, I am working on getting the WCWs back in there. So we're gonna get back to it. We're getting back to it. We slowly making these strides, baby. But I digress. From here, guys, I think all we have left really is to make our SummerSlam picks. SummerSlam is this weekend, ladies and gents. You got the first ever 2-night SummerSlam event taking place. This makes a lot of sense to me. SummerSlam has always been referenced and looked at and referred to as the summer version of WrestleMania. It's kind of like that halfway point too in the year. So only makes sense for WWE to try to explore and see if they can make it into a successful 2-night event. So what we're going to do here, we're going to go ahead and we're going to make our picks for SummerSlam. Remember, Saturday and Sunday should be on Peacock. I don't think it'll be on Netflix or anything. But yeah, we're going to go ahead.
Yeah, do you know who's undefeated at SummerSlam?
Who? You laughing? Who?
Hulk Hogan. Only love HH.
God damn it, KG.
Kicked out at 2.
He didn't with death.
All right. So let's see.
That kind of makes sense considering the fact Undertaker won his first ever championship by defeating him.
Don't.
1990 something.
It happened. Dead man.
All right, fellas. All right, y'all ready?
Yeah.
So, people, this is not necessarily the order of appearance that SummerSlam will be. I'm using Wikipedia here, so this should be the most accurate of the matches. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to start with the women's championship match between Tiffany Stratton and Jade Cargill. Who do you have as your winners, good gentlemen?
Jade, because Tiffany still got to be humbled for that whole black bitch thing. I'm still harping on that. Yep.
Jade, because it makes more sense for Naomi to cash in on her than it does Tiffany Stratton at any point.
She already cashed in. You ain't been paying attention to the wrestling, have you?
Who? Naomi?
Yeah, she's a world champion on Raw.
You know what? That did happen. I still want that to happen.
You didn't know?
Yes, I did. That was.
Do.
Oh, you didn't know?
To be fair,
that was me stuck on the take for a minute, but that's how I always felt the cash in should have went. That's the reason that I said it. But I still feel like I still feel like they would want to push her as champion more going forward than they would with the Tiffany Stratton thing. Because if we being honest, I think that what they really put the belt on her for was to see how it was really going to turn with the whole her and Charlotte thing, and we kind of got that how that went. Honestly, what really was there left for her
I
after
don't.
that?
Yeah, I don't know
If
what's
it was
going underwhelming between her and Charlotte, or John Cena and Cody, and they both were pretty underwhelming.
same thing, right?
Yeah.
At this point, Tiffany Stratton could just go ahead and turn heel because that's what she's most comfortable anyway.
Yeah, her
Yeah.
cadence is just not. It's not good for a
It's
babyface.
not
She
clicking
had.
for her face.
It's similar to Seth Rollins when they like until he found his voice,
When he
where
got
it's
when he
like,
got doing the burning down thing.
yeah,
Mhm.
he had to find himself as a babyface because he just his voice is just too annoying. He just, yeah.
Yeah, that whole thing. Yeah.
Um,
Also,
this
there's a higher. There's more to do with Jade as champion. You got potential Bianca feud or Charlotte feud. Yeah, go ahead though.
yeah, that's what I was getting ready to say. I think it's a little bit more meat on the bone. Pause. To quote Booker T. Before they'll take that title off of Tiffany, I'm looking for a Bianca Belair heel turn here. Like I'm looking for her to like turn and set up that feud, maybe between the three of them. If not her, I mean Nia Jackson's been champion. She was a solid champion this time around, so I got nothing negative to say about it. This last championship run she had,
Nia is a
but
believable champion.
yeah.
Mhm.
So I think this could be a place where we can maybe see Bianca turn heel. So I'm gonna say maybe some interference with Bianca, leading to
Well,
this Tiffany retaining.
her heel turn been building. Bro, you just put whoa, hold on. Maybe Tiffany Stratton will retain. Fuck. You just put something on my mind, bro. Damn. I think this could be the match that Bianca Belair turn heel on Jay Cargill. This might be we've been hyping
That's
this up.
been on simmer. It's been on
It's been
simmer, bro, since the
it's
Royal
been
Rumble
simmering since
2 years ago.
it's been simmering really since the whole Jay got attacked thing. We almost thought it was her, and it turned out to be who it was.
Yep.
But they always had she was playing the role like she was wearing more black attire and kind of being more smug. Then she got injured at Mania. Who's to say that still ain't the plan? I think she's gonna turn on Jay Cargill and Tiffany gonna retain.
We need some big changes, some big turns. We haven't really had that in a year since WrestleMania. That's why I'm thinking that way. So
Hey,
I'm
coming
thinking,
with black on is happening.
yeah. All right, all right. We got the tag team of Big Jelly Roll and Randy Orton, Randall Keith Orton versus Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul.
Well, first of all,
This is your official bathroom break, but I'll take Orton and Jelly Roll, I suppose.
in those exact same words, so we ain't gotta waste more time than what they gonna wrestle in the first place. Next match.
Hey, I don't know too much about Jelly Roll. I know he's a big deal in country music, but why? I'm just like, yo, this could have been like LA Knight. And maybe we can still see maybe LA Knight kind of sub in for Jelly Roll. Jelly Roll get attacked backstage or something. Who knows? But yeah, I'm like, yo, this is not how you use Randy Orton. Like, you don't use a future Hall of Famer in this capacity at all. And if you are, he better RKO Jelly Roll at the end of this match. Like, I need to see the return of the Viper. Like, I'm serious. I'm so serious. I need to see the voices clicking and the turning and the hissing and the and I need to see him get back in that corner and just hit him smooth with the big boot. But yeah, I digress. I'm going to pick Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre because both of them need wins too. They've lost the last couple of matches. So. Let's see. Gunther versus CM Punk in a singles match for the World Heavyweight Championship. Gentlemen, I mean, I think we know KG's answer. I think it's safe to say.
I'm pretty sure I know his answer. Pretty sure. But I personally feel like after WWE did what they did to Gunther, putting the belt back on him and then going, all right, bet you got it, cool, face Goldberg. He got to beat CM Punk for that. That's my opinion. If Punk gonna get it from him, let this be like one of those feuds that last a while and then he get his payoff, kind of like how it went with him and Jey Uso. But if you think I think he gonna beat him at SummerSlam, he deserves to win for even tightly cold. Bill Goldberg. Bill Goldberg.
I'm torn because at some point I think you got to get back. You got to get something involved with Roman and Seth. So I don't know. You know what? I'll go CM Punk only because Roman doesn't need the title back yet. I mean, I don't know. Say who needs the title back when. I just feel like somehow we're getting back to Seth and Roman, but I guess they don't necessarily have to be for a championship. I think Punk wins and Seth cashes in. I don't think Seth legit is hurt. I think as far as
The
storyline.
injury is a word.
Mm-hmm.
Now, for me, that was one of my hot takes. I was, the story's there already. Like Seth and Punk have been feuding since they had they matched. Like it's since Punk returned. Like that feud just been on and popping. But and I think KG said it. Somebody alluded to it. Maybe last episode. Maybe it was just me. I can't really recall who said what. But I'm gonna go with Punk winning against Gunther, only because I do in fact think it's a work with Seth, and I think we're going to get back to Seth versus Cody, and they're going to reignite that feud because I do feel like Seth is going to cash in on Cody, and I think Cody's going to hit the 1-2-3 on Cena into Seth Rollins.
Yeah, I said that was a possibility last week only because he never lost to Seth. Even with that torn pec, Cody kept going over 2-3 years ago. So I just threw it out there just cause for sake. But I don't know if they're gonna go opposite with both cash-ins either. I just threw it out there as a possibility. I don't think they're gonna go with 2 swerve cash-ins because Naomi was already a swerve cash-in.
But that's why it's the perfect ingredient for them to do that, unless they're keeping Seth on TV. Because you got to think about it. Roman been on Raw, right? Like we've seen him on SmackDown a handful of times, but he's primarily a Raw guy now. Like, so that left the door open over there on SmackDown for another like big star because Roman is like a 2-for-1 kind of thing. Like, okay, well, I'm going to take these two guys. They're stars, but they're not Roman Reigns, and that's no slight at Cody or Seth. But that's just the space, that's just the space that Roman's in now. He's taking the place of the Brock Lesnar type that got the part-time, you know what I'm saying? So he bounces around, match, wherever the match happens, it happens, but he's primarily on Raw these days. So enter this because to go with what Will said earlier about Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, I do think, and this will come back to the tag team championship thing I was talking about. I do think that stable, you end up having to put those tag championships on Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker for both SmackDown and Raw because Seth's going over there to SmackDown. And that's how you unify that tag division and you make that all interesting all over again. But that's just my long way of saying I think CM Punk's going to go over at SummerSlam.
Okay.
All right. From there, we're going to go with the Judgment Day. Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez versus Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss in a tag team match for the Women's Tag Team Championship.
Judgment Day.
Judgment Day.
We are all in unison. Judgment Day. Okay. Speaking of the big dog, Roman Reigns and Jey Uso versus Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed in a tag team match. Mini bloodline reunion.
I never pick against a tribal chief, therefore there's my answer. Yeah.
I think they're gonna add a new member, so I think the 2 Brons are going over. I don't know who. I think they're gonna add somebody to that stable.
think you said it earlier. Austin Theory makes sense. What makes sense? A serious Austin Theory, like really getting into his bag, putting him in that placement of like a young Randall Keith Orton. It could work. It could work. Um, I'm gonna do this. I'm going to say if Roman and Jay win, then Seth's totally cashing in on Cena and Cody. But if they win, then Seth's gonna cash in on Gunther and Punk. But for the sake of this right here, I do think we're gonna get a new member, and I do think I'm gonna go against. And this is crazy. This is blasphemous, but I'm gonna go against my tribal chief, and I'm gonna go against main event, and I'm gonna say Bronson Reed and Brian Breaker take this match home.
I'm sorry. You didn't mean that. I'm just going to do this for everybody. All right, let's go.
All right. Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross with Scarlett, of course. And the stipulation is if Kross wins, Zayn has to say the words Kross was right. If Zayn wins, Kross must say I was wrong about Sami Zayn. Fellas, who do you got?
Karrion Kross.
Cross.
Hashtag push Karrion Kross. That's all I got for y'all. That's all I got for you. And that'll conclude night one's set of matches. We're going to move on to night two. Night 2, August 3rd. Night 1, August 2nd. All right, night 1. We're going to go with John Cena versus Cody Rhodes. Cody Raheem Rhodes.
John Cena.
Cody.
Seth Rollins.
I think it's gonna be a double turn.
I'm there with you. I do think we'll see. If we don't get a complete double turn, I do think we'll get shades of a double turn.
Shades maybe the actual one.
But yeah, I'm gonna go with Cena. I'm gonna go with Cody winning, but Cody getting cashed in on. I'm sorry.
That I just read that Cena might have help, and because I feel like
No, not Travis Scott again.
hey, I ain't gonna lie, I feel like all this Travis Scott stuff is fluff.
Travis better be worried about.
They said his
Travis
contract.
better be worried. Let me push a T. You better be worried about that. Worry about being on this damn screen.
He might take that out on Cody, boy. You saw he slapped him that one time.
He on auto tune his way out again. Bing.
No. Damn it, no. Please. I'm still trying to tell season.
Or do we see the return of the final boss here?
That could be fluff too.
Like the return of the final boss. He has been gone since, what was that, Elimination Chamber? Wasn't here for Mania. They said he was filming a movie. I don't know what's on his schedule right now. We haven't seen him on television in a while.
He's not gonna stop. Yeah. No Diddy. He ain't gave Cody the rock bottom for not being on his side yet. It's coming. No Diddy.
But that could allude to what KG was saying about a double turn. What if we do get final boss out there, and instead of this time, Cena thinking it's all good, like, oh yeah, man.
Oh, so it's gonna be one of those.
Yeah, and then you see your boy Cody Raheem bow. Nightmare Factory. It's about that time.
Nah, he still got to bust out at Stardust one good time before he turned heel. It ain't happened yet, so it's not gonna happen now. So let's just, yeah.
I don't know, but we'll see. We shall see. I don't. Hey,
bro, you think he not gonna do Stardust?
Stardust toys out now, so it's crazy.
Before he turned heel, he gonna do Stardust one time. That's a hot take. I'm saying that.
Ray, before we continue, what do you think is the likeliness of him being Stardust at a WrestleMania before it's all said and done?
The closest thing you ever get to him being Stardust again is when he did the damn Stardust flip against Seth at WrestleMania 38. He ain't
that was his debut though. That's like foreshadowing. It could happen. he put that in his interest. When you know what, it might even be a time where he incorporates Stardust in like a WrestleMania entrance, but still is himself. Before he turned heel, it's gonna be something like that. He might not wrestle a whole match of Stardust, but we gonna see it because he talk about it and do Stardust stuff too much.
Hey, we have an obviously taller Grande Americano right now. Hey, what's the odds of us getting like a a Stardust appearance from somebody other than Cody?
Man, you think Ludwig Kaiser gonna face Cody Rhodes? You crazy?
All right. Let's continue. Naomi versus Rhea Ripley versus Io
Naomi.
Sky.
I'm sorry, I said that too fast.
Naomi.
Yeah, they just put the title on her. They ain't taking it off of her yet. But we get a chance to see. We get a chance to see if they can recreate magic here with Naomi this time in place of Bianca, and see if they can have another amazing triple threat match. Guys, do not make that dirty. Don't make it dirty. Don't do it.
I don't got the energy.
I do. That's real freaky. Anyway, keep going.
All right. For the IC Women's Intercontinental Championship, Becky Lynch versus Lyra Valkyria.
Well, they call her Becky. I ain't gonna say it, but I understand why in some sense. But at the same time, I'm gonna be positive. I feel like Becky Lynch brings some relevance to the IC title, so I think she's gonna keep it.
Yeah,
she made Lyra Valkyria more interesting without the belt on her than she did when she had it.
Very true. Very true. You ain't never lied there, because y'all know I've said that on the show. Like I have not. Lyra just it was not connecting for me.
Her with the belt was not translating. It looked like they just gave it to her, and then it's like they gave it to her and said go, and it wasn't working. I wasn't with that stuff. Who is Bird Lady? Like, it didn't register until we started to see personality and attitude out of her when she was while she's in this feud with Becky Lynch, which all started from Becky having under her wing, and it's interesting now.
And I was gonna say, I wonder if they did that intentionally with Lyra, because Becky, y'all remember when Becky first came out and she was like hokey like that, and had the goggles and the leather jacket, and and
the last
out, hey, like I wonder if that was by design. This whole, like you said, this bird on the show. Like, nah, like, yeah, let's see this ass kicker. Like, I'm interested now. I'm invested. Like, this ain't a Rocky Maivia moment. This is
They had to pull that shirt from WWEshop.com for the men too.
What shirt?
The last kicker.
Oh. For obvious reasons, yeah.
Yep.
All right. All right. In the steel cage match.
Can it be encouraging domestic violence?
Yes, sir. Steel cage match for the WWE United States Championship. We got Mr. Fatu, as in Jacob Fatu, versus Solo Sikoa. Gentlemen, who y'all got?
Solo Tamatonga's coming back.
There it is. That's word for word what I was gonna say. And he's gonna turn on
Fatu. I'm going Fatu. I think Thomas coming back and he's gonna be on Fatu's side.
I think we said the bloodline thing was over and done with. I think we're gonna get one more, because that'll be their fifth man. I think this leads to Survivor Series. Somehow Roman and Jay coming over, Jacob and Jimmy, and then
Tama.
No. Who would be the fifth guy though? I guess that wouldn't help out because they don't got a fifth guy. They wouldn't have a fifth guy to home inside. Got the honorary Uso. Is that how you turn Sammy? I'm joking.
If Sammy loses to Karrion, probably not. So, and then I don't want to suggest.
No, but the whole point of him losing was so his true side comes out. So I don't know. I'm just saying. I was just saying that'll be the fifth member of Solo's crew when Tama Tonga comes back. You got Tama Tonga.
They could throw LA on 18.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's some type of war games or something probably happening from this.
I'm cool, bro. Like I need to see some more people. Like we already got Diet Right bloodline. Like I'm straight. Like I don't need them in war games. No.
Hey, what if
You
they
don't got to
put?
get Roman in them, but I think it is gonna lead to war games probably. Well,
What if
no,
they
that's
put?
probably gonna be Seth stable. My fault. That's why I said Seth. Go
That's
ahead,
what I'm
go ahead,
saying.
bro.
Like I want to see some more people. Now you probably will see Roman and Jay in that mixture. It just kind of depends on who they put with him. But
Yeah,
it'll totally be Seth stable. I'm good, bro. I don't need to see Bloodline again in War Games. Like I'm cool.
Look,
Let's let that breathe.
all I'm saying is they just had Zilla Fatu on a TNA and recently. TNA is in a partnership with WWE. It wouldn't surprise me if he could be who that other person could be in that scenario. But I get what you're saying.
All
what
right,
else you
all
got
right.
next too?
Did we make y'all? We made our picks. We made our picks. Uh, Men's Intercontinental Championship. We have Dominic Mysterio versus AJ Styles.
They keeping this on Dirty Dom. They kind of have to. Much as
Dom kind
I
of
was just freezing AJ's. Yeah, I just think it's
if anybody gonna beat him, it's gonna be him. And Dom hot right now, so gonna beat AJ clean, of course, because AJ hot right now too.
right. Who you
But
say is gonna beat him eventually?
Penta,
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I was thinking too. Yeah.
And I'm not being a gang member. If there's anybody watching, like I don't want to offend any of you guys. Okay, we're wrestling fans. We're good guys. Okay, promise. But I'm doing this for Penta. That's a P. Okay. Okay.
I was doing
All right.
settle me, but I also never mind. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I ain't throwing up no hand signals. I'm already wearing black and yellow. They gonna think I got
Mm-hmm.
LK ties or something.
Yeah, you too close to Humboldt Park to be wearing black and yellow. So
Vice, you got Vice Lord, them Vice Lord colors, brother. All right. Wyatt Six versus Andrade and Ray Phoenix versus DIY versus Fraxium versus Motor City Machine Guns versus the Street Profits. And this is a 6-pack tables, ladders, and chairs match for the WWE Tag Team Championships on SmackDown. Woo.
Whites.
they're gonna give it to the YS6, and the only reason I say that is I don't see them about to turn the SmackDown Tag Team division into the Raw 2002 Tag Team division when they first pulled out these table ladders and chairs matches. That was during the time where it probably was like you can put the belt on the tag team for 3 weeks and then you can drop it to another tag team in 4 weeks and then put on another tag team. As we just went over maybe 30, 40 minutes ago, that's not the type of tag team division SmackDown has. Do I think that match is going to be fire? Hell yeah, because the one that they put on not that long ago. But do I think that's going to make it where a new team going to be champ? Hell no, because they got to build on them and they're not going to do that right away. So
Yeah, I agree. Not yet. Eventually though.
eventually, for
Do
sure.
y'all think they should start? They should start. They should probably start because they got that on night 2 listed. So that should probably start the card, right? That should
We
start the
will
show.
hope. Don't be surprised they put a championship match to start the show. It's either going to be a women's match. They probably will start it with the women's match, women's championship match.
Uh,
Me.
I'm in agreement with both of you. The one of those two matches starting. I don't see any other way to start night 2 other than the TLC match or the triple threat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like especially if you want this to get enough time to cook by it being a tables, ladders, and chairs match, it needs to be like somewhere where it's gonna be able to like get a prominent space where everybody's gonna
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah, but they also have to kind of stop having Rhea be the go-to for openers as over as she is, because it's insane how people want to yeet and stuff, but like I don't think those cheers are piped in. I gotta turn my headphones down sometimes when Rhea comes out. I'm like, oh my
Hmm.
goodness.
Oh yeah, they
So
love
it's
her.
like, did you give her that chance to co-main event too? Though there's a possibility.
Mm-hmm.
She deserves
Did
it.
you put her? Yeah, you push that match all the way back? Because Io's kind of getting in that spot too. It's like she's getting these openers, and it's like, well, no, that's not my fault. No, that's a lie. Because Io co-main evented last year when Bailey took the title off her. They went on right before Cena and Cody. Oh no, Cody and Roman. Sorry.
Yeah.
So I mean, one of those two is open though for sure. Because night one they might open with Roman and Jay versus them. Because I don't know, because you would co-main event, but I don't know if you want to put those two back to back. They
Right.
might put Jade and Tiffany in that spot.
I think I read they might actually have Roman and Jay Uso match in the main event of night one.
Well, that
That's
was
crazy. That's
that
crazy work
was,
if
that
they
was
do
in night
though.
one. That was in night one. But that would
Yeah,
mean
No,
they got
no.
to put Punk.
But
they
you
said
said had
they,
them closing.
they said
That'd be
they
Oh,
crazy.
nah, nah,
yeah. I don't
nah.
agree with it, but I read that.
No, I'm not saying I couldn't see it happen. I just said that'd be crazy work.
Yeah,
Because if that's the case, then if that's the case, then Punk going on first and he's going over. I don't think Gunther retains if they go on first for sure. Because even though that would suck, they have to keep opening these major events or losing this title. That's another thing. That's another reason I'm tempted to lean towards Gunther. Because other than WrestleMania 39, he keeps losing these major. Oh no, that's a lie. Because he took the title out of Damian Priest at SummerSlam last year
mhm.
when Judgment Day imploded. He just keeps losing his titles at major events. It's not that he's not winning at major events because he went over Drew McIntyre when he still had the IC title 2 years ago at SummerSlam. So actually, he doesn't keep
Yeah.
losing. Yeah, he just loses them at major events, but he has won matches at major events.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, there you have it, people. That is our SummerSlam picks. Want to thank y'all for tuning in and checking us out on Hot Take Wrestling Podcast. Real quick before we get out of here, guys, have y'all had a chance to watch the new docu series by WWE on Netflix, Unreal?
Yep.
I not had, but I did see a snippet of it. We were discussing who should win the World Rumble earlier this year. Looked interesting for sure. I would when I get some time, I will definitely look at an episode, maybe during my commute or something on some downtime.
As a wrestling
Yeah.
fan, it's
Yeah, it looked good. So
they said like in promoting it, it was supposed to be like this never before seen look at the backstage ways
hmm
and things of the ins and outs of WWE. Is very much that for us that's seen like other like documentaries and interviews and movies and stuff like that in the past to talk about these sort of things. What this documentary is almost like a it's almost like literally a tutorial for people who are unaware of wrestling, like the ins and outs of wrestling. So if you're a fan of wrestling, you know how kayfabe work and stuff like that. If you're
yeah,
like emotional about stuff like kayfabe, don't watch this shit.
Yeah, because that's what I heard, bro. A lot of like old school veteran like wrestling fans were saying this show is literally the death of kayfabe. Like, it's a wrap after this. Like, this peels the curtain all the way back.
well,
And
They
I
Mr. Gorilla on the show.
yeah.
that's what I heard. I've heard it's good, but if you're a fan of kayfabe and just things, not wanting to be surprised by or see the inner workings of stuff and storylines and all this kind of stuff, they're like, I don't watch it. But they
Won't be
basically are calling this the death of kayfabe. And
Well,
you know, like
I don't know what people were expecting when WWE was purchased by TKO. I expected stuff like this to start taking place because now this is one things I will give Vince credit for. He did protect kayfabe as best as he could. Was some of his practices the best thing? No, because he tried to keep like his wrestlers off of like OnlyFans and Twitch and all these kind of things, you know, that they were doing to try to make more income. And it was also maybe peeling back the curtain because just to use for a quick example, Rusev and Lana, they had, if you're buying into that Rusev character that they had before him coming back, before he left AEW, and then you go and you see him and Lana chilling, you know what I'm saying, on her OnlyFans or whatever it was, and you just completely out of kayfabe, and they supposed to be beefing on screen. It's like, okay, how do you tell that story? How do you continue that story? You know what I'm saying? But You know,
I mean,
I do plan on watching it. I'm not one of those people there where it's like, oh, I'm not gonna watch it. I believe in kayfabe. It's still real to me, damn it. Like, no, I just enjoy it. I tell people all the time, like people like, hey, you know, it's fake. Yeah, don't you know it's fake? Like, bitch,
I'm gonna
I know
tell
it's
you.
fake. Like,
I'm gonna tell you,
it's entertainment.
tell you
Excuse me,
this.
ladies, for saying the B word, but
I'm gonna say it like this: for people like us who have our takes and things like that, this is that kind of shit for us to watch.
yeah,
Do certain interviews with certain like top stars, like they interviewed Cody, they interviewed CM Punk, they interviewed Jay Uso, Charlotte Flair, John Cena, Bianca Belair. Those are the ones I remember off the top of my head. They're asking them questions and going over different things with them. Rhea Ripley too. And think about people that I'm telling y'all about. These are established people in WWE. They are really coming at you raw with like their experience. We're watching the inner workings of their pushes as it's happening. Um, all that. You'll be
yeah.
able to take certain stuff you see and think like, oh, that's why I thought about that. Because bro, I'm telling you, I'm watching the documentary, remembering certain shows we did, like having takes on what they could do at WrestleMania, particularly because one of the episodes is about WrestleMania, and I'm going, we was right as hell, and I'm watching these people in a boardroom like an office discussing the
Yeah.
shit we seen on the show.
mm.
Where the check? What check, Paul?
hey, hey, Paul, I take my own cooking show. Just go to late great Bernie Mac, baby. All
Well,
right, y'all. Well, go ahead, KG, before I put this
I was
in.
gonna say one instance of kayfabe being pulled back. There's been several instances. We just they're just like Easter eggs or whatever you want to call it. I guess you're also into the full. This is the full on version of if you don't want it spoiled because 14 years ago, what was it? Oh, I'm gonna tell you why it's gonna be so special to me to beat you at Night of Champions. And right now, this isn't CM Punk talking to Triple H. This is Phil Brooks talking to Paul Levesque. Wasn't that said on a live microphone?
It
It
was.
was. It wasn't a dark. It wasn't a dark segment. I mean, I don't know.
It was a hot take.
Based on what you
I'm
seen,
just.
I'm telling you
Yeah.
to enjoy the Punk
Yeah. Yeah.
segment.
No. No. Yeah. Yeah. I will. I will
You
enjoy it. Yeah.
eat
I
that
will
up.
enjoy this. I will enjoy it for sure. Like I said, I will definitely take a look. I got time to. Because like I said, most time I'm watching SmackDown when it's live. Most at some point I got some downtime to look at it. I will check it out for sure because it just gives you a different look into the thing we love watching. It's just a different dynamic for it, sure. So
Yeah, yeah. All right, people. Let me go ahead put our socials up one more time. Thank y'all also for just coming and checking us out. It was some people popping in, popping out. I definitely appreciate y'all. So make sure, boom, here we go. Follow us on TikTok at Hot Take Wrestling. TikTok, we are going to try to integrate you more and more into our live streamings. So please, thank y'all that did tune in and check us out on there today. Instagram, hit us up on Hot Take Wrestling. The artist formerly known as Twitter, also known as X nowadays, Wrestling Take. See us on Twitch at Hot Take Wrestling Podcast. And as always, you can catch us on YouTube at NMG TV. Fellas, I want y'all to enjoy SummerSlam. Enjoy the rest of y'all week. Is there anything else you guys want to get off your heart in terms of wrestling before we get out of here?
I got two biggest parties of the summer on Sunday. My 20-year high school reunion. So during a day party, I guess. So
Mm.
I guess I'll be toasty watching Sunday night SummerSlam. I don't know, something like that.
Of course, you're gonna be toasty. We know you.
It's KG.
It's KG. The ginger. Not gonna do that. No, not gonna do it today.
And I think there'll be a redhead in my reunion. I don't know.
The whiskey assassin. You know what
The
I mean?
whiskey
So
assassin. somewhere where there will be whiskey and women.
Yep. Ill
Y'all
will.
say no.
Anything? Last thoughts?
I'm cashing in. I'm joking.
I'ma save that one. Ooh, I'ma say, God damn it, KG. No, he didn't say that.
Tell me you
Tell
didn't
me.
just say it.
See
Tell me
that.
he didn't say that. Uh,
Will, before you go, I want to tell Shotty low fast. She said her birthday is Saturday, so enjoy your birthday, young lady. Happy
Yeah,
birthday.
happy
Happy early.
birthday.
happy early birthday. I want to say this because I've been sitting on it. No Diddy.
Good pause. Good no diddy. Good no diddy.
Whoa.
In the words of the great philosopher Booker T, we take what we want. And we take Lex Luger in the shot. We want the gold sucker. Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, nigga.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait. First of all, you're not gonna speed past that like you didn't just say what you just said. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Ah,
Where he come from? Anyway,
Yep. You're winner of this Texas death match.
oh hey,
This next.
I finally won. I finally won. I've been fighting this nigga for 20 years.
and on that note, good people, we will see y'all
That
next
was
week.
we brought back the golden shovel for one night only apparently.
You
No,
knew. That's why
I
you
think it's
my
back.
boy. I successfully buried Hulk Hogan. Yes.
I think the golden shovel is back. So, ladies and gents,
Just for him.
yeah, I think it's back. I think it's back. Get well
Yeah.
soon.
All right,
people.
we gotta take notes now. We gotta
I saw Vince had an accident. You know, he wrecked another Bentley. So get well soon, Vince.
I'm
And
ashamed
y'all
that man
people.
has the same zodiac sign as me.
Hey man, Vince got money. Okay, he out here paying to pee on girls. He'll be all right.
All right. On that note, people, we will
Ready?
catch y'all next Wednesday.